Okay, good morning. We have one more straggler. Good to see you all. I really want to say that I very, very much appreciate you communicating with me when you have something that is going on in your body, because this practice is for you. Okay, and we all wake up with different kinks and different situations. It does make me a better teacher because if you're traveling and you don't have certain props, then how can we make a practice with what we have? That's very important. We don't have to have a full equipped gym to do beautiful work. If your body is acting in a certain way, it's also a wonderful opportunity to teach you how to modify and how to overcome and what you need to do to maintain those little situations so they don't keep on manifesting and getting bigger and bigger. So today's class, we're going to need a very simple today, a block, a tennis ball, and a TheraBand. If you do not have a TheraBand, then either use your own body's weight, which we do anyway, and then small weights close by. If you might feel that the floor, sitting on the floor for too long may not work for you, a chair close by is a good option. And then we, at one point, will lift the head of the floor and maybe a block or an extra block or your Pilates ball for a pillow close by you also would be an option. So keep all your props close by you. We will get started. So suppose you woke up in the morning, your low back is really stiff. There's many, many ways to do it. One of the ways I'll show you, we're going to start with the block on the sacrum, just trying to even out your SI joint. That's where your sacrum and your pelvis meet together. So we'll start with the base of the spine. Take a block on the low setting, a tennis ball very close by you, and then rest your sacrum right in the middle. Widen your shoulder blades and just feet just slightly wider than your hips, and I start to sink your sacrum to the floor. Make sure that you're not tilting towards your tailbone and you're also not tilting towards the low back. So you're right in the middle. And for some of you, you might feel a little tenderness. Try to breathe into the tenderness. And after a while, the tenderness is not going away. Try to breathe to the opposite side of that tenderness. Inhale and exhale, relax your arms, widen your collarbone, and now just sway your knees right and left gently. Keep the pressure on your sacrum and keep visiting. Are you pressing more towards your tailbone? Or the top of your hips stay centered. That makes a big difference. And I use your breath and start to assess the situation. Where are you feeling when you're moving? And then when you feel something, maybe stay there and breathe into it. Good. And I slowly lift your heels off the floor and take the block right towards your low back now, between your low ribs and your hips. And you might have to wiggle your hips, like you have to really snuggle your block between those 2 points, and then walk your feet slightly forward. Your glutes will be on the floor, off the floor. And now visualize how you're creating space between your low ribs and your hips. And now you bulge your belly on the inhale. And maybe you just sway your knees right and left, gentle. And now you're thinking of that space. You're trying to wiggle the block between your hips and your low ribs, creating space in the low back. Relax your shoulders. Deepen your breath. Keep moving your knees right and left. And visualize how the space between your low back ribs and your hips are getting longer. There's more space for your block. You may hesitate on one side more than the other and acknowledge what you're doing. Breathe in and breathe out. Oh, okay. Breathe in and breathe out. We have to invite Marion here. Oh, goodness. Inhale, exhale. And then slowly, slowly lift your heels and move the ball out of your way. I mean, the block out of your way. All right, lay on your back, see how that feels. And now drop your knees right and left, just trying to reset. You may get some little adjustment somewhere. Good. So this is one way. The other way is you're going to take your tennis ball and you're going to put it under your left hip on the left side, close to your sacrum, right from the middle, on the left side of your center of your hip, if that makes sense, closer to the midline. And now you're going to be very gentle because we're just warming up. And now all you're going to do is like little circles over the ball. And then the last third circle, you're going to scrape that ball. And then again, circle, circle, circle around the ball like you're skipping a rope. And the last circle, you're scraping the ball. And then you might move the ball a little higher, a little lower, and do the same thing. Circle, circle, circle. So if you were on your spine, you'll be on the left side of your spine and you're going in a straight line to your sacrum. Two circles, the third circle, you scrape the ball, like scrape that tissue. One circle, two circles, three circles, and then scrape it off. Mm-hmm. And then you come up and go to the other side on the right side. Three circles, one circle on your hip, two circles, three circles, scrape the ball under your hip. Do it again, one circle, two circle, like you're skipping a rope, and the third one, you're scraping the ball to your tissue. And again, circle, 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 and the ball goes towards your outer glute. Come back center, one more time, circle, 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 and then scrape the ball. And now lift up and just rest on your back and see how that feels. Something simple like that can keep your tissue hydrated and happy. And now slowly come all the way up. And we'll move into the block under your, right below your knee, right into the gastrocs, the meaty part of your knee. Take your fingers away from your body, bend your left leg, you're on the right leg. And now keep the pressure on the block. Your block is on the medium setting, and just rock and roll here. Put the pressure and a little movement. You might just find like a little pressure. And now you are mindful that you are releasing the fibers below your knee. And then it's going to radiate to the top of your knee. Circle your ankle a little bit. You might hear some cracks and pops. Hands behind you, yeah? Good, and I take it right, crossing your knee now. And now a little movement here, just a little movement. Pressure on the block. Bend one knee, that will give you more power. Good, and then release. And I go to the other side. Right below the knee, bend your right leg, and now rock and roll. Less weight on your hands. Use a little core here. And now you're connecting this also to your low back, because that's a part of the back line. And what we did on the hips and the low back is helping the lower extremities here. Lots of pressure. You might turn your nose right and left because you're hydrating the tissue, and it's like this fluidity is flowing through your body. And then take it right behind your knee, cross, and right and left. What's nice about this also, if your tendons, ligaments, connective tissue is pulling your knee in the wrong direction, this helps you to reset, it brings it back. And that's why sometimes you feel more on the outer knee, the inner knee, or the outer calf, so on and so forth. Circle your ankle and release. All right. Woo, my ball ran away. Okay, so for now, you're gonna keep your TheraBand close by you, your block close by you, okay? And we're gonna lay on our back. Open your arms in an upside down V, find your sacrum grounded. Right leg comes up, bend your right knee, keep your sacrum, lift your right leg all the way up, and now open to the right, lead with your heel and come all the way down and up. And now go the other way, down with your heel, turn your toes to the right, don't lose your left hip and come up. External rotation all the way down, lead with your heel, come up, and now we go the other way. Take it down, external rotation, and come in. Lower your right leg down. Left leg comes up, inhale. External rotation, kick it to the left all the way down and come up. Try to keep your sacrum down. Heel down to the floor. Turn your toes to the left, come all the way up. External rotation to the left, all the way down, and come up. And you may notice at one point you went to your tailbone. Try to remind yourself to stay on the sacrum. Inhale, and then all the way down. Maybe you don't go all the way as low, and then go to the left and come up. Very nice. Find a block between your knees on the medium setting. Press your feet down to the floor. Palms alongside your body, inhale. Pelvic floor in and out. Visualize another ball in your inner glutes. You're squeezing it. And now lift your tailbone, lift your sacrum, and lift your low back. It's a very low bridge. Engage your lower glutes where your glutes meet your hamstrings, and then claw the mat with your toes. Breathe in here. And I allow that engagement to travel deep into those fibers, all the way to your bone. Imagine you planted a plant, and you can see the water sinking all the way to the deep. All the way in, breathing here. Feel those glutes, your shoulders are broad. And I bring your palms towards your knees, mimicking the width of your block. And I squeeze your block and squeeze your hands and release the block. Don't go up and down, just going in and out. Squeeze in, notice what's working. Your low back is quiet. If it's not, engage your lower glutes more and lower your ribs a little more. And then release a little. Squeeze and hold. Maybe you close your eyes and release. Claw the mat with your toes. Squeeze and hold. You're traveling all the way to your bone and release. Squeeze and hold. And release. Squeeze and hold. Make friends with the deep layers of your glutes and release a little. Squeeze and hold. Hands on your thighs. Now lift 1 inch only. Lower 1 inch slow. Lift and hold. Lower. Feel all those fibers from your skin to your bone are getting solid and strong. Lift and hold. Lower. Lift and hold. If you have low back issues after what we did, this is the best thing. The more your glutes activated, the quieter your low back. Lower 1 inch. Lift and hold. Lower. Lift and hold. And now lengthen your tailbone, lower your low back only. Feel that traction like you had the block between your ribs and your hips. Lower your sacrum and lower your tailbone. Shake your hips right and left. So you do the work and then you nurture the work. Good. Keep the block where it is. And now we're going to learn how to strengthen the upper body, the cervical, the mid-back without straining your neck. So interlace your hands behind your head. Elbows in. And now depress the shoulders towards your hips. Lift your chin up to the ceiling. Keep pulling your shoulders down. Resist your head to your hands. I repeat, not your hands to your head, but your head to your hands. Push it down. And now lift your shoulders slightly off the floor. And now push your head again to the hands and depress the shoulders. Your chin is in neutral here, gazing up. It will feel good. 5, 4, pelvic floor in and out. 3, 2, 1, lower down and rest. Make friends because of the phone, computers, all of that. This area really gets fatigued. So here we go again. Elbows in. Depress the shoulders is very important. Lift your chin up. Push your head to your hands. Lift your shoulders. Push your head to your hands again. Lift your chin up a little. Keep breathing. Keep depressing your shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release and rest. Very nice. Move the block out of your way. Keep it close by you. You might need it as a pillow. And now you're going to take your TheraBand over your right foot. If you don't have your TheraBand, then use your own weight. Okay, imagine you have an ankle band. So I'm going to put, Marion, if you have the other band, you have the band with the rings. Yeah. So put one leg, one ring over your foot, and then you might grab the band in the middle or make a loop with your hand, okay? If you have enough space with your loop, make a circle over your hand. Bend your left leg, you're on your right leg. Inhale. Now bend your left elbow, and now from the heel, the inner heel, you're gonna keep your sacrum open to the right, but don't lose your left hip. Slowly come up, and then kick the leg down only to knee height, your sacrum, don't go to your tailbone. Hold it here, core muscles are active. 2 and 1. Lift your leg with a lot of resistance. Your hand doesn't move. And now exhale, open to the right. Abduction. Don't lose your left hip. Stay on your sacrum, not your tailbone. Lift with control. Inhale, microbending your right knee if you're hyperextending and kick with your heel. Only to knee height. Lift it up, inhale. Exhale to the right. Every time you're more grounded on your left side, your muscles are active. Lift it up, inhale. Exhale only to knee height. Now listen, keep your sacrum grounded. Going lower with your leg for many of us is gonna tilt your pelvis and now you have a deep arch in your back. That means your leg has to come higher. And you have to engage your core more to press your sacrum down. Keep your leg where it is, right leg extends, and now lift your left knee and bend it. Now, lift your right leg up, extend your left leg. Maybe your left leg is a little higher. You can do this sacrum grounded. There's a lot of core here. Bend your left leg with control, extend your right leg out. Lift your right leg up, extend your left leg, slow and control. Keep your sacrum grounded. That's how you engage the core more. Your leg doesn't have to be too low. Bend your left knee, extend your right leg out. Sacrum, sacrum, push the sacrum down. One more, lift your right leg with control. Extend your left leg. For 3 and 2 and 1. Bend your left leg. Now listen, scoot your hips to the right. Scoot your hips to the right, and now you're gonna find a block, maybe on the medium setting, and now your right leg goes over to the left. Maybe your band is a little shorter. You can extend your bottom leg. Take your right thumb to the crease of your thigh, and now you're squeezing those inner thighs adductors. Squeeze down with your inner arch of your foot, don't touch. And then lift up only to hip height. Make sure your band is tight enough where you feel resistance. Squeeze the ball like you're squeezing a ball underneath you. Laying on the left side of your body, you have a block for your head. And lift it up with control, like someone is pushing you and you're saying no. Squeeze in like you have a ball. Breathe here, shoulders are broad, and push it up and lift. Micro-bending your right knee if you need it. Push it down, squeeze, and lift. 2 more. Squeeze down. It's little, 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 little. You never go beyond, Marian, go further to the left. Your foot is almost touching the floor. You're on the left side of your body. Yes. And I lift it up to hip height only. Squeeze it down and hold it here. Pause for 6, little, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release, come to your back. Woo! Even it out. Take your left ankle over your right knee. Walk your right foot slightly to the right, and now only halfway. Drop your knees to the left, lengthening the hip flexors on the right. And then come upright, inhale, and drop your knees to the right. Only halfway, only halfway. And come up, inhale, stay on the sacrum, drop your knees to the left. Come up, inhale, exhale to the right. Slowly come upright and release. Good job. Now, move the block out of your way. The other band goes over the left foot. Grab it with your right hand. Maybe you make a loop over the band. and bend your right elbow. Once you created this establishment, look at your left heel, knee, and hip. They're lying together. They're not going in or out. And now ground your right shoulder. Flex your foot, spread your toes, sacrum grounded. Inhale. And now left hand in an upside down V. Open to the left. Push. Keep your right hip down. Slowly come up like someone is pushing you and you fighting for it. Inhale. Exhale, dig the heel down only to knee height. Micro bending your left knee. Don't let your tendons do the work here. Lift it up, inhale. Exhale, push to the left. Relax the shoulders, depress the shoulders, and lift and hold. Lower down, breathe. Notice what's working, micro bending your knee. Lift and hold, inhale. You're on your sacrum, you're constantly checking. Exhale to the left, push. Push the heel away from your groin. Slowly come up, inhale. Exhale to knee height. Stay here, lift your right leg up, bend your right knee. Push your left leg up to the ceiling, extend your right leg. Only until you feel your sacrum is grounded. Maybe your right leg is way up. Don't go too low because you're gonna lose your core, believe it or not. And now bend your right knee through molasses, slow. Push your left leg out. Micro bend in your left knee. Look at your legs, are they in the train track? Lift your left leg up with resistance, extend your right leg. Press your sacrum, push it down like you wanna lift your body off the floor. Bend the right knee and push your left leg, micro bending your left leg. Sacrum, notice are you on your tailbone, change. Lift your left leg up, extend your right leg. For 3, 2, and 1. Bend your right knee, scoot your hips to the left. Find your block on the medium or low setting. And now you're resting on the right side of your body. Your band may have to be a little shorter now. Extend your bottom leg. Left thumb to the crease of your left thigh. Lengthen the hip. And now flex your foot. Press towards the floor like you're squeezing a ball. Your inner glutes are active, your inner thighs, and I push only to hip height. But you have to fight for it with your muscles. Squeeze, adduction, use those inner thighs. Push and come up. Squeeze it down, micro bending your left knee. Don't let your tendons do the work. Push up. Lower down, depress the shoulders, squeeze it in. Your left thumb is creating space in the hip flexors and then lift it up. One more, squeeze it in, hold it here. Pulse for 6, lift 1. 5, little, lift. 4, your precise is not sloppy, lift. And 3, and lift. And 2, crush that ball and lift. And 1, and lift. Slowly release, come to your back. Oh my goodness. All the way back here. Take a moment, massage your hands. Drop your hips right and left a little bit, hydrating, resetting. And now your right ankle over your left knee. Move the block out of your way if you need to. Walk your left leg to the left and drop your knees to the right, halfway only. And then come up and drop them to the left. Make it soft. Your chest is light, your arms are light, and come center, drop it to the right. Try to stay more on your sacrum than your tailbone. And now you're flossing out with your breath and your pillar, like you're peeling the layers of the tension and the residue of your work, and then drop it to the left. Wiggle your hips a little bit, and then slowly release your leg and come up to a seat. Okay. Your left leg is bent forward, your right leg is behind you. Tennis ball is going to be close by. Take your band, right hand behind, and now bend your elbow, left elbow. Bend your left elbow towards the ceiling. You leading with your left elbow. Okay, and now if that doesn't feel comfortable, then maybe you sit on a chair and you do the same thing with the chair. Okay, so inhale here, lift your chest up, core active, and now pull your elbow up and stretch your arm. Lift your ribs, create space. And then bend the elbow. Your right hand doesn't move from the floor. Inhale. And the band is in front of you, not behind you. Yes. Inhale here. Pull the elbow. Lift your ribs before you straighten. And now pull your arms straight. Ground your left sit bone down to the floor. That's a nice stretch here. Bend the elbow. Inhale. Exhale, pull the elbow up, up, up. Feel the ribs lengthening, and now extend your arm. Three, two, and one. Now drop your left hand across right in front of you, and now open it to the left. Try to keep it at shoulder height. Try to keep it at shoulder height. Yes, yes. Maybe more bend if you need to. And then slowly come forward. Use your strength. Bend the elbow and lift your spine tall. Extend your arm. You're creating not just strength, but a lot of mobility here. Bring your hand forward towards your right knee. Open to the left. Knee, shoulder height. Lift your ribs. If that's too hard, use your own strength. Come back center. Bend the elbow and lead and lift up. One more. Bring it forward to the right. Depress the left shoulder. And now open to the left, shoulder height. For 3. Breathe 2. And 1. Slowly release it. Oh, take a little rest. Shaky, shaky, shaky. We'll get a stretch in just a minute. We have 2 more things to do on this side. You're going to take your band and to the back of your skull. I'll come closer so you can see me. I'm going to put the band right at the back of my skull. If you have a ponytail, it's under your ponytail and over your ears. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hands, elbows are bent, and I'm going to ground my hands here. Now listen, here's what's going to happen. You're going to drop your chin down, your hands don't move. And now lift your chin and press the band with the back of your skull. Drop your chin down a little, depress the shoulders, lift your chin and press the band. That's the same as we did before with the hands behind your head. Do it again. Inhale. Make it really taut. Palms together, shoulders depressed. Pull the band with your hands and don't move that. Now lift your chin and press back. Hopefully you feel this going down your cervical spine, your mid-upper back. Last time, drop your chin down, inhale. Don't move your hands, lift your chin and push back. Push your mid back. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release and take a little rest. Shoulder rolls. Okay, now we're gonna awaken the midsection that gets really stale and lost. So you're gonna take the band. Once again, try to keep it wide, and it's gonna go right below your bra line, okay? So right around the lower ribs, grab it here. Your thumbs are up. And now open your arms and hug a big ball. A big ball in front of you. Now push your spine. Oh, this is so good. You should feel space to the right and left of your spine. Push, 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 push. Marian, take your band lower. Your band lower, yeah. A little lower, yes, and make it tight. Make it tight. And now open your arms. Everything is from your rib cage. Inhale. Hug a big beach ball forward. And now push your spine back. There's a little rounding. Breathe to the right and left of your spine. It's so liberating here. Slowly come up and open. Okay, 3 is a charm. Inhale, I know it's exhausting. Inhale, find your beach ball. Exhale, push it back. Depress the shoulders, push back with your spine. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Oh my gosh, let it go. Okay, here comes the stretch. You stay where you are. Your tennis ball is gonna go to the outside of your tibialis. So if you lifted your left leg for a moment and grab your 4 fingers to the edge of the outer lower leg, okay? Like as if you wanted to grab your tibialis bone. Right to the skirting of that, you're gonna put your little tennis ball. So you're gonna bend your left knee, you're gonna lean to the left right there. Whoa. And now here's what you're gonna do. The block, you're gonna extend your right leg and take the block right on the above your inner knee. So we're gonna kill 2 birds at once, okay? The inner knee, and then you're coming onto your forearms, and you can just shift your chest right and left. Find the right spot. You will find the pressure point. You might have to go up a little or a little lower, but you'll find that pressure point in there. And then you don't have to do anything other than stay. Once in a while, you're gonna lift and lower your right heel and crush the ball. Relax your shoulders. Turn your heel up and down. Turn your nose right and left. This is all connected. Sometimes you might feel a little tenderness, achiness. See if you can sustain and breathe through it. Many times just staying long enough is going to stress the tissue and release the compression. Now slowly come up. And now you're going to take that tennis ball right above the knee. So now if you grabbed your femur bone or some of those tendons, okay, you'll feel it. Whoa, yes. And now you're doing the same thing. You can also bend and straighten your right knee. Try to relax your shoulders. You don't want to do good work and then strain your body somewhere else. So just try to find a little calmness in the body. Deepen your breath through the mud. You're deepening your breath. Pressure points here. And that pressure point works over time like a ripple effect. It creates little rings of space and hydration. Your breath, length of your breath helps here to relax the nervous system. Slowly push and come up. Ooh, stretch out the left leg, got a little bit of compression. So now massage it, massage it, massage it. Okay? And I take the ball, take the block on the horizontal, right above your knee. And now you're going to take the tennis ball on the left side, right? So now if you grab your 4 fingers behind your low hamstring, you'll put your ball there. Bend your right knee. And now you can just lift your tushy if you wish, up and down a little. Under the knee, under the knee, under the knee. And then put the ball right above the knee on the left side. And then once you establish sensation, lots of pressure, just tick-tock. And then maybe you find a pressure point, just stay there and let it resolve. In your mind's eye, you're flossing the whole back side. So the ball is radiating to the heel and the sole of your foot. And the ball is also radiating through the left side of your body. The hamstring, the glutes, the low back, your mid back, your upper back. And then you don't move the ball, but you're moving your tissue over. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Woo. Yeah, you pin the ball, and then you just wiggle a little. Your tissue, but pin the ball. Don't let the ball move. And once in a while, you might feel like a wave going through your hip. That's because the tissue is trying to release. Wiggle your hip a little bit. Have a conversation through the whole side of your body. Less weight on your hands. And then glide your leg to the right, and then the ball goes right at the edge there. There are a lot of pressure points, acupuncture pressure points there. Slowly release it. Give it a little massage. Good. And now we change. We have a whole side to do the other side. Right leg in, left leg out. Find your band. Left hand on the floor. Left leg, right leg forward, left leg back. Find your band. Left hand grabs the band on the floor. And now bend your right elbow. Inhale. Lift your spine, bend the elbow, lift, lift, lift. Now notice your left hip may want to be way off the floor. What do you need to do to put more effort into that left side of your body? Lift the elbow, lift, 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 and now straighten your arm. Whatever sit bone is off the floor, put more light and energy into that side. Yes. And now bend the elbow and rest. Inhale. Lift your elbow up, up, up. Straighten your arm. Breathe. Notice what you feel. And I bend the elbow. Bring your palm in front of you towards your left knee. And I open to shoulder height to the right. Lift your chest, put more weight on your left side, Cindy. Even if it's not going to happen a lot, a little bit at a time. You're training that tissue. And then come forward, bend the elbow, lift your spine tall. Lift, this is the opportunity right there. That's it, beautiful. Now from there, straighten your arm. Bring your hand forward to the left. Open to the right. Ground the left hip. The left ribs. Come back to the left. Bend your elbow up to the ceiling. And now pull and lift your elbow up. Extend the arm. Lower to the left. Open to the right. Open to the left. Bend the elbow. Lift up from your thoracic spine. Let your spine get really tall. Core is active. Extend the arm. For 3. Breathe. Ground the hips down. Get that beautiful stretch. And then bring it down to the left. And open to the right. Shoulder height, shoulder height, shoulder. I lift the arm. Engage your scapula. Draw the arm into the socket. Now ground the left hip down. Slowly release and rest. Shoulder rolls. Very nice. Find your tennis ball. Right under the lower leg. You're going to lean to the right and extend your left leg on the block, on the medium setting, right above your knee on the inner side. So you're right above the knee. Nothing is poking really. And then find the right placement to your ball. You might have to move it out half an inch or in or up and down until you find the right spot on your shin. And then maybe both forearms on the floor. That's a beautiful stretch here. And you don't have to do a lot. You might just circle your left leg over the block. You might bend and straighten your left leg. You might lean forward with your chest or to the left and right. Like you're swaying your ribs to the left and to the right. Your core is a little active here. Notice if your shoulders taking over. Try to create softness in your shoulders, your fingertips. Melt into your block, into your ball. Allow your body to be heavy, just your bones. And then you're trying to work on those adductor attachment, the inner leg on the left leg. That's really important to keep the knee and the hip happy. Sometimes you crush the block. And I slowly come up, guys. Take the ball out, and now you're gonna take it. If you grab your 4 fingers towards the above the knee, okay, then you're gonna put the ball right underneath those lateral muscle. Adjust your block if you need to. And now you're putting all your weight on that ball. Oof. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah. Rock and roll very little. You don't need a lot because there's so much, but see if you can bring your left forearm. If you bring your left forearm also on the floor, you get in a beautiful balance here. The power is your breath. Breathe, long breath, pause, acknowledge what you feel. Also catch yourself overly tensing up. Your little flashlight is radiating through your body and spraying aromatherapy oil to melt the muscles. And now we're just focusing on that connective tissue. And don't be, often we feel a little compression and we try to run away. Sometimes that compression stresses the tissue in a good way, where it breaks into the old connective tissue, the old cells, and then when you come out of it, there's liberation. So try to ride through it, unless you feel numbness or something like that, or burning. Then you come out, you adjust, and you try again. Bend and straighten your left leg from time to time. And slowly come up. Oh, stretch those legs out. Start from the groin of your right leg. Give it a little flushing, flossing out. And now rub your knees in a good way here. Okay, now I almost forgot. One block under your right knee. Bend your left leg, and now the ball goes to the lateral, above your knee on the edge. Right on the edge. Turn your fingers away behind you, and now lift your glutes, and just for a moment, just rock and roll. Just to create a relationship here. And now lower your glutes, and now you're pressing that ball. One side will be very different than the other, but find one little pressure point. Maybe you turn your heel to the inside, toes to the out a little bit until you find your own. And you might not even move the ball. You might just compressing the ball and creating that little ripple effect where the tissue and the ball sinking to each other through the layers like a sponge cake. What you could do, oh yeah, flex and point your toes. Oh my gosh. Okay, go slow, go slow. Oh, go slow, but when you find something, don't ignore it because your body needs it, right? So find it, you might just move slow. You just hint and then you recover until your tissue can tolerate a little more. All right, release it and let it go. Oh, okay, we have one more little thing because we did a little tough love. We strengthened and then we stretched it out and mobilized it. And now we have one more little thing to do. And the setup is going to be like that. Find your TheraBand or your band in half. Okay, give or take. And now you're going to take your block right over the TheraBand. And now we're going to come up. You're going to press the amount of your big toe, little toe, center of your heel on the block, on the right leg. And then your left leg goes right back a little. Glutes are active. And then some of you, if you need to do the little, if you have enough band and you want to do a little ring with your hands, you can. And I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see me. Glutes are active. Micro bend, your right knee is a little more bent than your left knee, but there's a micro bend in your left knee. Now engage your glutes. Inhale. And now turn your palms in and up. Use your biceps. If that's too difficult, use your own body weight or weights. Lift your elbows up. Glutes are active. And then lower and lower and lower. Inhale. Square your hips, glutes active. Lift your elbows up. Your mid back up. 3, 2, 1. Lower, lower, and lower. Inhale, keep your elbows bent the whole time. Exhale, lift, lift, and lift. Squeeze your inner thighs for 3, 2, 1. Lower, lower, and lower. One more. Inhale. Exhale, lift, lift, lift. Go beyond your comfort zone, because that's how you get stronger, even for a split second. And then lower, lower, and lower. Very nice. Now listen, cross your band, left hand on your thigh, on your right thigh. Right hand grabs the band. Inhale, core active, long spine. And now bend the elbow, tricep. Gaze forward, widen your collarbone. And then release just a few inches. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Lower. With control, you never lose the action. And pull and hold. Your core is active. Lower. Inhale, lengthen your tailbone. Exhale, push. Notice your triceps, feel them, and lower with control. Inhale, exhale, pull. Core active, mid-back strong, lower. One more, lift and hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Now see if you can pull your palms, straighten the elbow. Any amount, maybe more bend if you need to, we won't be here for long. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Whoa. Shoulder roll. Move the leg, change your legs. Square your hips. You may have to do this one at a time depending on your band, okay? So that means that maybe one hand, but I want to see you going to your shoulder height. All right, let me see if I can put my band in the camera a little higher. So less is more. So even if you feel like your band is too stiff, too hard, please use your own body weight or even a regular weight. Bend your left knee, micro bend in your right. Squeeze your inner thighs, inhale. And now either one arm at a time, or if it's available, actually I think let's do one at a time for now, and then notice which side is weaker, stronger, okay? So right arm comes up to shoulder height, wrist is straight for 3. Breathe 2. Breathe 1. Lower. Straight elbow, straight elbow. If you need to just use your own body's weight, it's better than to compensate. Square your hips, inhale. Exhale, left. From your mid-back, you're lifting up for 3. Breathe 2. And 1. Lower, lower, and lower. You could use your own body weight or a little weight and lift for 3 and 2. See, I'm showing you with no weight. And then lower with control. Showing you all the options. Inhale. Exhale, left, lift, lift, hold. Plug the arm in. Glutes are active. Only to shoulder high. That's it, Cindy. Beautiful. Notice your mid-back, your scapula. Lower, lower, and lower. Inhale. Exhale, right. Lift, lift, lift. Depress the shoulder. Glutes are active. Micro bending your knees. 2, 1. Lower, lower, and lower. Now lean forward a little bit. Left knee is bent a lot. Inhale, and now we're going to use those deltoids. Open any amount. It's probably, you see, for me it's too hard, but I'm going to go any amount here. Core active. Open your arms. And then lower, lower, and lower. Inhale. You can open one arm. Find your core. It's challenging, but we need it. It's good work. Lower. Inhale. Keep your center. Exhale, left. So you see, with two hands, it was hard for me. I'm gonna modify it. Inhale, shoulders back, lift the right. Notice where the weakness, make friends with it. For 3, 2, 1, lower, lower, lower. You can use your own, make a fist with your hand. Make a fist with your hand, look at me, and just do this. Inhale. Lengthen your tailbone. Exhale, left. Notice your ribcage also working here. For 3, breathe 2, and 1. Lower, lower, and lower. Lean forward, Cindy, lean forward. Bend your left knee. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, right, lift, lift, and lift. For 3, 2, use your own body weight. It's better. Look at me, Cindy. If you made a fist with your hand, imagine you have a weight. You're going to have that range of motion. Yes. And then lower. Okay, let's do one on each side. Inhale. Shoulders back. Exhale, left, left. To me, this is, I feel, the most from all the work we did. So I'm celebrating lower, lower. This will help your hips as well. Last one, inhale. Exhale, right. Push, push, push for 3, 2, 1. Lower. Oh, okay. Cross your arms. Right hand on your thigh. Widen your collarbone. Core is active. Left triceps, here we go. Pull back. Connect your ribs to your hips, to your triceps. Widen your collarbone. Lower with control. Don't lose the tension. Pull your triceps. It's the left one. Elbow in. Core active. Lower. It's important to change the dynamics to awaken the nerve system and then pull. Breathe. Every part in your body is working here. Lower. And pull and hold. Connect the ribs to your hips. Lower with control. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Extend your arm any amount. Maybe give more bend. Widen your collarbone. Core is active for 3. Breathe 2 and 1. Oh, get rid of all of that. Ooh, that was very hard. But it's necessary. All right. So now, take the ball. Here is what I want to tell you. There will be parts in your spine that are going to feel like, oh my God. Try to breathe through them, because when you come out of it, you're helping to reset your spine, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, low back, and on and on and on and on. So sometimes we have to do challenging work but you already know that there is a benefit. So now we're gonna take the ball, the right ball, right towards the upper trapezius, wherever you go around that region, okay, somewhere here closer to the spine, is all beneficial, okay? So, find that ball on the right side. Take your left hand behind your head on the floor. And now take your right arm, light like a feather. You're gonna take it all the way up until you feel like, oh, and then you come back. But take a note where your limitation was. And then go up again, light like a feather, relax your legs. And lower. And up. And I bend the elbow, and you're leading with the elbow. Your palm is up the whole time, elbow to your ribs. Acknowledge what you feel in your chest as well. This is all connected. And now lift up the elbow towards the crown of your head. Like your forearm is perpendicular to your crown of your head. And then come down with your elbow to your ribs. Breathe through the movement, whatever it is, honor it. And come up with your elbow towards the crown of your head. Once in a while, you'll feel your hips a little pull. Shimmy your hips on the floor to release that tissue. Elbow to your ribs. You may feel the fibers gliding and opening and doing whatever it needs to do. And then come up. And a little circle with your elbow. Go slow. Can you identify where the movement, and now change your elbows? Change the circle. Good. Interlace your hands behind your head. And now lift your head and just turn your chest to the left. Elbows are open the whole time. And then take it to the right a little. Shimmy right and left. Open, gaze to the right. Whoa. And go the other way, gaze to the left. Your ball is rolling over that tissue. And now when you gaze to the right, circle your right elbow. Good. Release the ball. Take a little rest. Flash out the right shoulder. Shimmy your hips a little bit, and now take it to the left. Same side on the left. Lengthen your tailbone. Right hand behind your head. And now lift your left arm up, light like a feather, no muscle, just your bones. Notice how far your arm can go over your head, and then bring it forward. Like a pendulum, you're going up and down. Press the ball, press the ball. Once in a while, your hips may have to be moved a little, and then come forward. And up again. And forward. Connect the ball to your hips up, and now bend your elbow, leading with your elbow towards your ribs. Your palm is up. And now elbow towards the crown of your head. Your forearm is perpendicular to the crown of your head. And down, down, down. And up. Down. And up. And now little circle with your elbow. And then go the other way. Interlace your hands. Keep your elbows straight the whole time. Lift your head. And now gaze over to the left, towards your left elbow. Honor what you feel. Scrape the ball, put the weight down, and gaze to the right. Elevate that elbow backwards. And gaze over to the left. Be generous with your breath. Maybe you tick-tock your knees right and left. Come center, gaze to the right. Slowly come upright, release the ball. Notice your back body. Okay, so now we're gonna take the ball. Stay there, I'll show you. I'm gonna take the ball somewhat between my shoulder blade or so. And now we're gonna go over the spine. So when you go over the spine, you're gonna put less weight. It's like you're going over the bridge. And then when you go to the right or the left side, you're scraping the space between your spine and your ribs. So what it's gonna look like, let's say we put it on the right side between the shoulder blades. And now you're gonna lift your hips. Open your arms in a T position. Your glutes are off the floor. And now you're gonna shimmy your body to the ball goes over the left side, over the bridge of your spine. Okay, and then take it over to the right. We're just hydrating that tissue. Open your feet wide and then come over the bridge to the left. The ball goes to the left side, over the bridge to the right. And now from here, from that side, the right side, see if you can just shimmy your hips gently. Right and left, you're giving yourself a little massage here. We have 5 layers of muscles, lots of ligaments, lots of tendons and connective tissue and nerves. There's a lot going on in there. So we're just trying to keep a little harmony between all of those fibers. Just stay on the right side, little. If you want more weight, you're gonna drop your hips down a little more. If you want less weight, lift your hips a little higher. And I go over the bridge and go to the left side. And now you're going from your spine towards your ribs, little and gentle. You might find that some areas radiate sensation to your hips. Acknowledge them and breathe into that. Maybe that will release that tension. Maybe there's a little compressed nerve in there and you're trying to reset the tissue to decompress. So sometimes that's when I was saying before, sometimes a little tension or compression, it doesn't mean we have to run right away. You test the water and you'll see, but lots of breathing. Now lift your hips a little and take the ball a little lower. You're on the left side, a little lower. And I again go to the same towards the rib and towards your spine on the left. Keep breathing. More pressure on the ball, gets deeper, but move slow. And visualize that you're trying to organize your spine to align properly. And I go over the bridge and move the ball to the right side, or move your hand with the ball to the right side. Same area, just take it to the right, towards the ribs and towards the spine. Good. The more you press the ball, even for a moment, it gets deep into those layers of the tissue, the dry, old tissue. And I take the right ball, right, a little lower towards your lumbar now somewhere. And I'll scrape it to the right. Scrape the ball to the right. I promise when you come off the ball, even though it feels like a lot of pressure, it will feel way better after. And now take it to the left, same side on the left, somewhere on your low back. Move slow, feel. Good. And now you're going to take it over the sacrum on the left side. Take your left ankle over the right and open your left knee as best as you can. And then rock and roll over the ball. Move slow. Now your tissue is already hydrated. You did a lot of work. You might just find a little pressure point and maybe your ball doesn't move, but your body moves over the ball. Maybe you bring your knee in and then out. All of those beautiful things to release that connective tissue. So Cindy, you're on the left side of your sacrum or your left glute, left ankle over the knee, and then just rock and roll. You can bring your knee in and out. But put pressure on the ball now. Put pressure on the ball. You may be able to take the ball towards your inner glute, all the way towards the center, towards the left side of your tailbone. Lots of fibers in there that they get ignored and they affect your low back. So we can't just focus on the center of the sacrum here. There's also fibers towards the inner glute, wrapping down. So if you took a line from your spine going all the way down towards your pubic bone almost, like all those fibers really get ignored. So as far as best as you can, go towards the inner glute on the left. And you just stay there, 1 inch in and 1 inch out. And then slowly release. Rest on the left side, notice the left side, notice the right side. And we go to the other side. Right ball goes under the right. Take your right ankle over your left knee. Ball goes on the right side. Hips off the floor, and I scrape the ball. Shimmy your hips to the left, and the ball goes to the right and come back. That's one option. Another option is just put pressure on the ball without moving, and just your knee goes in and out. And we change and we explore and we see what works. All of those are wonderful benefits. It's good to change it up. And when you're breathing through the whole body. This is not just releasing where you are, it's releasing your whole inner tapestry. Ooh, yes. Find a pressure point, notice. Many times you may have pain on the left and you notice that the right side has a lot of congestion, even though if you don't feel pain daily, that might be the cause to the other side. So that's why we have to pay attention. And now take the ball towards your inner glute. Press in and then pull the ball 1 inch out and in. It's very localized. Try to relax your shoulders. Don't let them help you. If you did something like that 2-3 times a week, I promise you, you will have less and less issues. Lift up your hips, move the ball, relax your legs and stretch it out. Whoa. Allow the blood flow, the fluids in your body to flow. Acknowledge all the toxins you were able to squeeze out of that connective tissue, promoting more fluids, more nutrients. Notice your breath. You might feel a little dehydrated for a good reason. So when you get out of class, make sure that you drink some. Bend your knees, please. And then drop your knees right and left gently. And then roll over to the side. Take a moment to enjoy that stillness. And slowly push the floor and come up to a seat. Bring your hands together. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Thank you for being here today. Namaste. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Make sure that you drink lots of water. Good work, everyone. And if some of that stuff that we did today, you felt like, oh, I need more of that, find 5 minutes somewhere. It's better to do little and often rather than a lot all at once. Thank you. Bye-bye.